A shortage of dumb people doing really stupid things. Welcome to another edition of Idiotology with Lynch and Taco. 1011 WJRR. Bunch of freaking idiots.
All right. Before we get into Idiotology, we've had a few listeners ask Taco, and I would assume you would be the guy to refer this question to. What's the status of the BWO shirts that went up for sale on Friday?
I know a whole ton of them sold. If you want to get yours while they last.
Bob World Order T-shirts, yep. Whole new design.
Certain sizes are out. I'm sure the boss will reorder. They're in charge of all that, not me. But I do know you can get info and check if your size is there by going to the JRR Facebook page.
Right at the very top of the JRR Facebook page, you'll see the Bob World Order limited edition T-shirt opportunity. So get them while you can.
I talked to somebody who ordered it Friday when we announced it, and it had already arrived on Saturday.
We aim to please around here.
Lickety splits what they call that one, Lyncher.
Hartford, Connecticut, actually the state of Connecticut, the subject of this first item here in Idiotology. New law in Connecticut will go into effect on October 1st. You will no longer be able to marry your first cousin.
It took Connecticut that long?
Well, this is why I bring it up. Are there actual laws in place? I don't know the answer to that. I haven't researched it.
Obviously, the West Virginia jokes are going to flow in on the text line.
Right. But we are talking, Connecticut here, which that's not a state you would stereotype with first cousin marriage, I don't think.
No, usually southern states.
Right.
What, do you want me to check if it's legal in Florida?
That was kind of where I was going here. Can you marry your first cousin in Florida?
Why do I have to have it in my browser?
I don't think you're going to get in any trouble for having that in your browser history.
Searching. Yes, you can. Yes, you can legally marry your first cousin in Florida, as the state permits first cousin marriages. Unlike some other states that prohibit them. To marry, you and your cousin must meet the standard marriage requirements, such as being of legal age and obtaining a marriage.
And be willing to have your kids with, cross eyes.
Yeah, we've all seen and gone. You notice that, when you're at a store, whether it be a grocery store or a big box store, and you see the ones that your mind immediately goes to, that child is yeah. Pat, right here. Saw it the other day at grocery shopping. Just thought, I know what that came from.
Shouldn't there be look, love is love. I get that. Maybe with some caveat that if you are going to marry your first cousin,
don't make love.
You can't.
Well, you can, but don't procreate.
Right, you can't have offspring.
You can't.
I know you couldn't do that legally, but
this is just for the good of your family, people.
The gene pool is polluted.
Mm-hmm.
That DNA is a little too close, I think.
Last week is when I saw it, the most recent one. It seems to be about once a week I'm seeing it now.
How many of you are going through the Rolodex of first cousins in your heads right now?
It's legal. You feel free.
Been dreaming of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it.
Weird question to pose in case they're not thinking of it.
Right.
Charlie asked me if I wanted to go on a date.
We've got headline of the week, contender number 2. We had one earlier, another one ready to rip here.
Okay.
It could be one of those weeks.
Rolling.
Pennsylvania school bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, quote, "I'm going to cook you all," and vowing to bring paddle as punishment.
Okay, I was so focused on that. Could you read that to me one more time?
Sure.
I'm ready. I'm not going to tape it, just so I can hear it and digest it with everybody else.
Pennsylvania school bus driver accused of blasting heat, saying, quote, I am going to cook you all. And also vowing to bring paddle as punishment. This in Sugar Creek, PA.
Those kids really must be misbehaving this time.
Old bus driver Harvey Sliker, or I should say former bus driver Harry Sliker. He's 70. He's a 75-year-old codger.
He's had it. He's
just
up to his,
We're what? In PA, they're probably, 3 weeks into the school year? 2 weeks into the school year, maybe?
Pat, but he's 75. He's probably been driving the bus for several years. He might have been a crossing guard before that. You remember when that was one of my aspirations, to be a crossing guard? Because it was just the hours were perfect. I could go play 9 holes in between. I really did think about that. After substitute teacher, and that was after being a guidance counselor.
I think I could do substitute teacher all day long. I got that act down just from observing substitute teachers.
I would be back in the day, not now with all the craziness.
I would be the work quietly at your desk and don't bother me all day long. We
know exactly what kind of teacher you'd be, and you'd be employed for about 2 months before they caught on. Pat, with all the craziness with kids, that was one of the things I wanted to do. And being a counselor was because I was young at the time, and I figured I could relate to them and they'd relate to me because I was still young.
Yeah.
Never went through with that one either.
So the school bus driver basically blasted the heat in the school bus despite it being like 75 degrees out. Demanded they put the windows up and they cranked the heat. And I guess that wasn't enough where he said he was going to up the ante and bring a paddle the next day.
How old are the kids?
It looks like these are grade school kids.
Again,
they were between 5 and 12 years old.
How long could you deal with it? And I know we have people that listen to the show that drive school buses. More power to you. And obviously all you teachers, because what you go through is it's a thankless profession at times.
More on this final story at the JR Facebook page if you would like to see the news item out of Hampton Roads, Virginia, where Phish had their annual 3-day run of shows.
We have a crossing guard right here. James texts in all the time. He's a crossing guard. Well done, dude. Keep them kids safe. All right, what happened at the Phish show?
We got a guy who's dead for being stabbed to death and 2 others seriously injured.
How?
This is happening with a situation at the merchandise booth outside the venue on Friday night.
But I say how like that because Phish is supposed to be peaceful and everybody's high and loving.
When I saw, which is exactly what I thought when I saw this story, I'm like, wait a sec, this isn't the type of crowd where you would expect that at all.
No.
And then it says near the merch booth. And I thought to myself, been to some shows where those merch booths, there's you got 1 or 2 people working in there, and you got a lot of people who are trying to buy merch, and the line ain't moving, and you're getting charged out the wazoo, and I could see where tempers might flare.
Yeah, but still, you just reach into your back pocket, pull out that doobie that we know you have, because, you're at a Phish show, and just relax. Yeah, it's the same crappy music that you're hearing in the background anyway. It's a jam. It's been the same song they've played for over 15 minutes.
Encore's still going on right now. Monday morning at 7:22. JR.
WJRR,
Orlando's rock station.
Welcome to